My first taste of money in my life.
Obviously, you know, you've made some money all the time. We've got Wicked and Bad here.
Yeah.
But what was your first experience of money?
From music management. So when I managed an artist called DigDat, I had a little bit. I had money. I invested in the artist, and the first taste of money started coming through when you're starting to get booked for shows for free, 5K, and getting deals and things like that. It started looking like, raw. Okay, like this is my first taste of money.
Yeah, and before that, how much was the money you were getting then?
I was in prison, so you're getting like.
Also, when you come out of prison, that was the first thing you done, manage DigDat.
Yeah, the first thing I done was got into management. I managed a producer. I wanted to manage artists, and I've got into loads of artists.
Yeah.
Can I manage you? Can I manage you?
Yeah.
And no one did give me the chance. Big up Gov as well, because I always was inspired by him. He was the manager I was inspired by. But
which Gov are you talking about?
Catalyst.
Yeah. Big up Gov.
Yeah. So, and I remember that he had a lot of artists under his belt, and I watched him. I was like, I was always inspired by him, and when I was a manager, management wasn't cool from the streets anyway. The one wasn't really a manager.
Yeah.
You had other people, but no one wasn't managers. Managers wasn't cool. So when I became a manager, a lot of people was thinking like, what's he doing there?
What's he on?
What's he on? I came into a space when there was like drill will never chart.
Yeah.
So we was kind of ahead of our time. Even though there was loads of drill music out, we came to a space where drill will never chart. And obviously you had DigDat with Air Force, so you had Unknown T with Hummer and B, and obviously that they
both bangers.
They both broke the records, and it opened up the doors. So,
and then you had the remix, which had done even bigger, innit?
Yeah, and we didn't put no pressure on ourselves. So when I became a manager, I just wanted to be a manager. I didn't care about charting or any of that. So when we've done the remix and used like everyone, it was a good space, and we're doing Air Force and we're getting 100,000 views like straight on the back for like 4 months. We couldn't believe it. And then we done the remix, and all of a sudden we're battling for top 20 independent charts.
Yeah,
that's never ever happened before in history.
And drill now is like trend, like, you know, people can chart in drill now a lot more easier compared to what it was back then. Of course,
now is a thing. Now a lot of you go artists. There's every road you from every hood got artists.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So and I'm grateful that I was part of that.
That culture,
do you know what I mean? And then I felt like I done what I did. Obviously, there was a little breakdown on communication with the artist previous, and then I just jumped into something else.
So what? You know, your name is Bouncer Play Dirty, essentially, right? Yeah.
Bouncer, yeah.
Bouncer, yeah. But then people know you from Play Dirty.
Yeah, people know me from.
So did you know Krypton Conan before?
Yeah, of course. Like they're man's friends before music.
So did they have a manager in place already?
Yeah,
like, did you have that conversation with them when you wanted to manage artists?
Yeah. No, listen, I always reason with them and them, and I always have the conversation with them. I see what they was doing. They had a management in place.
Yeah.
But Krept or Conan would always, like, Conan used to, that we would have, when we was managing DigDat, this is before even any songs even connected like that, and we was going to label meetings, Conan and that would turn up and show the support.
Okay,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Is that how like the remix come about then?
The remix come about because it made sense, innit? So remember, I've reached out to like Conan, Krept and K-Trap, they're my close friends. I've reached out to them and I'm saying, look, the song's flying. We need to do a remix to this.
Yeah.
I remember Krept saying, are you sure? We can do a separate thing. Like, you sure? And I'm saying, like, man, sure. And I know it makes sense for everyone. And we've done the remix, and it done what it needed to do.
Don't trade figures, isn't it?
And what's happened from doing that remix? All the labels started copying the USP. You had the artists. You had big up Russ. Russ had Gunlean. What'd you do with Gunlean? Do a remix. You had Keisha Becky. What'd you do with Keisha Becky?
Remix.
Do a remix. Do you get it? So you might get charted a top 30 or top 20, and then you do a remix. It goes number one. But we done it by default. So it's not intentionally. It wasn't intentional. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, like now it would be second nature. If a song pops off, it would be second nature for a label to say, all right, let's remix that, and it'll pop off even more.
That's where they're gonna monetize all their money from.
Yeah.
And for me, it was like, and the labels wanted to sign Air Force, and I kind of begged the artist, don't sign this track,
Why?
Always keep it independent, because with me, my vision, the way I see things is more, I look at business, innit? And I look at, why will an artist go through all the trouble, get that one song that really connects and then sell it to the label? Why would you do that? You're gonna sell it to a label for what? The money that you're gonna accumulate in that time, you're just gonna sell it for 50k or 100k. Do you know what I mean? I know for a fact Air Force is probably made like 400-500k just from that song.
Yeah, and each time someone plays it today, even though it came out years ago, it'll still be making money.
Still be making money. So imagine that.
You lose the ownership of that, then it's,
And for me is like your situation, you just have to know when you want to sign or when you don't want to sign.
Yeah.
But just don't go through the struggles for a song to connect to then have a label bring you in and be like, oh yeah, then just sign the song. You've just done all the hard work yourself.
Yeah. So you're big on ownership in being independent, right? Yeah. You're taking it. So if someone was watching this right now, like an artist, what would you advise them? If they had a label deal come to them and say, look, we can give you X, Y, Z, would you say to them, don't do it yet? Or would you say, do it?
Look, you got to structure what you need to do it, because at the end of the day, when I was looking after DigDat, he signed a label deal.
Yeah.
But it just has to make sense. The deal that I got him to sign was 2 projects. That was it. So you do 1 project, the next project, you're out your deal. And the project needs to be released within
certain time frame.
a certain time frame.
Yeah.
So in your head, it's like, cool, that time DigDat got a deal for £1 million. Cool. I just know within 18 months, he's done what he's done, and now he feels good within himself.
Yeah.
So for me, the answer to your question is, you just have to look at where you're at. I'm not saying don't sign to a label, but just look at where you're at. At the moment, the music world they're struggling, bro. When's the last few breakthrough artists? Like, where's the last breakthrough artists? Well, Ardy.
Central C, you could argue.
Of course, but did Central C come before Ardy? Did they come? When? Central C? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But check it. That's the last few breakthrough artists.
Yeah.
So you need good managers that's independent, and sometimes, obviously, when you're with the labels, it's always signing something. They will monetize the shit out of it. So
Yeah.
This is why there's not a lot of. I'm not just blaming it on the labels, but I'm saying, look, this is why there's not a lot of breakthrough artists like that. It's like really going in with things, isn't it? And the songs that you hear nowadays are all signed.
Do you still work with artists then?
I don't work with artists no more.
Was that your decision, or was it because I'm assuming when DigDat got signed, they have their own management, or no?
No, they didn't. They didn't.
No?
They didn't
so
have
you were
their
still
own.
managing then?
I was still managing them. There was a little breakdown in what's ever happened.
Yeah.
And we did it. We parted ways. And I think from parting ways, it kind of left a bit of a bad taste in my mouth. So I was kind of done with music management. But I did manage quite a lot of other artists during
that time.
But I just felt like the music world is 1 minute they support you, now then they're against you.
Why? Like, give me an example.
It's just our culture. It's like the 3%. We have pages that it's like unfortunately you post whatever we're posting, and everyone in the comments say just tear man down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
it'll be like that.
It's like, for me, I don't want to be in that world no more, innit? That's why I had to jump out that world and jump in a different world. And it's lovely in the world that I'm in. And people that's in that 3%, the artists or whatever, they look and they want to be in the 97%, but it's not as easy. So it's good that I done the transition, and I just it was very important that it's not just that I'm good at marketing and looking after. If you are a product, if I look at you as a product, I know what to do with it. I'm going to build it up. It's not just, do you know what I mean? Not just the music. I don't care about music, but I know what to do if I hear someone's good, and I know how to be creative and make the world see them. Because you see loads of artists that you think, oh my God, why is he so underrated?
Yeah, it's because they ain't got the backbone structure or someone to market them and push them. Like, they ain't got the team around them to do so.
Do you know what I mean? So
So everyone who says like, oh, there's this underground artist, he's sick, more time they probably ain't got the management to put them in the right direction.
And then that's why with me, people can send me artists and I'd be like, yeah, he's dope, he's great, he's amazing. But it's not just about the talent no more. It's how you push out, how the rollout is.
Would you say nowadays it's more about the rollout than the actual talent itself.
Yeah, of course it is. And we've gone past. Remember, we used to live where artists will drop music and people will appreciate just the artist's music. They don't have to go on interviews. They don't have to do podcasts. They don't have to do TikToks. They don't have to show their personality.
Yeah.
But
it's
now
just the music.
you got to show your personality.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you have to dance and that on TikTok, but you have to show your personality. You have to be very vocal.
Yeah.
It's all part of your whole branding.
Yeah, the PR runs, isn't it?
The PR runs.
You know, I've chilled with someone like, you know, Rimsey before, and this is not in a bad way to him or anything like that, but, you know, for him to market his album in the day and age that we're in now, he's got to do a whole lot of PR runs, you know, podcasts. He's got to have a series, he's got a listening party, he's got to have different things to push the album.
Of course.
But that's the day and age we live in because everyone lives on their phones.
And Rimsey, he's done amazing. You can see how he done it with his team, and he was been going from city to city selling his merch and his records.
He's got his tour right now as well, which is
Are you with me? So,
sick.
And he's come from jail,
Same sort of background.
And he's an entrepreneur. So yeah.